That's a new one. I haven't heard that one before. Jeremy, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I was a little bit sick last week when I was doing the Rising Stars League, but I feel like I'm ready to go really into this one very early for me. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I'm definitely interested to see how ViCi do since, well, they lost a couple of matches. They lost a best of 2. That wasn't really kind of expected. I think everyone kind of saw them being the favourites in their matches. So for this particular map, really interesting to kind of set the bar of how they kind of hold things out here. We're going to see our pistol round come to be. Diffuse kit on Genius over on the signature side. ViCi will go for the utility buy over on Land Event. 2 flashings and a smoke to work with here.
Yeah, should be a pretty fast round if ViCi want to get into this A bomb site. Bomb is holding back, of course, but the push finally comes in. 1 flashbang to go. There is, of course, Stav holding up in drop. Just hoping to get some damage done, but STK going to fall out, so that's the opportunity for them to rotate in. And the push has been stemmed over towards long. ViCi seem indecisive here. Stev looking to find himself a kill. That should prompt to rotate back over towards that B bomb site, but ViCi have bought it. They're heading back over as well. And this could be a little bit disastrous. If you want to go B, you need to go fast. You need to get in their face. Once you give that CT side positioning, it can get very dangerous. And again, ViCi playing it slow, not willing to go for any aggression, holding back and waiting for the opportunity to arise. But so far, nothing. If Steph found that kill, maybe there's an opportunity to get in. But right now, they have to go for raw frags, and that could be difficult. Jackson, the first man in, is going to find himself an engagement. RLX going to be going down straight away as Amtiv will take him out of the equation. But Tor still on that A-bomb site, will take himself 1 headshot, looking for the next one. He's all alone. He needs support. 1, 2. Can he make it 3? So close. Finally gets taken down as Stev will equalise back into a 3v3, but STK not going to give him any opportunity. 1 more comes in. STK going man. It's all on Jackson. Will find himself a kill, but he's got 2 more to find, and he's only on 12 HP. He's got armor. He has a Glock. Can he find himself 2 quick frags? Plant that bomb with only 15 seconds. The flank coming in, and he can't make it happen. Genius to close him out, and Signature win themselves a signature round.
Good double kills coming in. Tor with the great defensive over on the A site, picking up a nice 2k. Held it together. STK came in to pick up the pieces, and it was left all onto 1 on the ViCi side. Like you said, 12 HP, very difficult to kind of work there. So Signature will have themselves a pistol round. Standard buy-ups coming to be here for the CT side. 4 UMPs, MP7 on RLX. And ViCi will have themselves the Tech 9, Deagle, CZ, Force Buy with the armor, a couple of flashbangs, a couple of smokes to work with. So executions where possible, very, very difficult executions, I will add. But ViCi do have a little something to work with, and they will play fairly passive, not going to give up these guns too quickly to the CT side. They want to try and make something work if they can force their way onto the site. Once again, like you said in that last round, taking those close range fights, getting up in the faces of Signature, then there will be a chance for them, but it is still going to be a slim one.
Yeah, not much utility left as well. 2 flashes and a smoke, of course. With those Tech 9s, you need to be able to close those different distances. If you can't, you're going to be in trouble. It's going to be Steph going down. Again, getting aggressive in that drop zone, but it's not working out for him. He needs to rethink how he plays that area. As with 2 players facing, it can be difficult. It's looking like, once again, the A play coming in. Tor is the lone man, but he has got some support coming over. RLX this time heading over a little bit earlier. He was, of course, playing in the drop, but SDK, he says he can hold on. And again, ViCi playing it so slow, not willing to give anything away for free, joking he wants to get in. Without a flash, without some support, he can't do that. There it is. The flash comes in. That's perfect. Now he needs to close the distance. Getting some good damage off, but RLX not going to give him the frag. Nothing for free. That's how you've got to play this one. Finally, the kill comes through. Antiv going to find himself 1. Doubles up with a nice little headshot from Tor. But finally, STK will arrive. Finding himself 1 now. Looking for some more, and he will find it. It's all on Advent now. 1 versus 3. Make it 1 versus 2. Bomb planted. Setting on in hand. He's going to go for a bit of an overpeak there. Why you're using a pistol, STK, I do not know. The charge comes in, but finally, BMW will take him down.
Good stuff there from ViCi, getting in very quickly, trying to get that bomb down. You could definitely see from their play that it was going, that was basically their main priority, to get that bomb plant and get themselves the extra economy. It can allow for a force buy in this one, if not for a much better buy in the next one. So for them, I think they accomplished all that they want to. They got a lot of damage on the Signature side. Only 1 player stayed alive at the end of that one. So going to be quite economically unstable, I guess you can say, for this next one. 2 M4s are going to get brought up. There's going to leave several players in the triple digits area. Sorry, 4 players. Actually, one's going to go full on through. Tor with nothing in the bank after an M4 armor, flashbang, and smoke buy-up. 4 defuse kits coming out from the Signature side. ViCi, well, they're definitely going to put themselves in a good chance for reset on this CT side here. They're going to buy up into the UMP and AK buy-up, and already Tor is going to peek out towards A-Long and get the first onto Amped.
Yeah, nice kill. again, ViCi just every round seemed to be at a disadvantage. Stev, he wants to fight again in the dropper, but if he doesn't start finding a kill, his confidence is going to drop. Now, from what I've been told, you are fluent in Chinese, so could you tell me what these names actually say next to their names?
I don't know who told you that because I am not fluent in Chinese.
I thought you were Chinese.
No, I'm not Chinese. I'm not Chinese.
You're not. Okay,
Oh, no.
fair enough. Fair enough. I guess I thought you were better than you are. My mistake, of course. Tor going to be holding close over on that bomb site again. He's got a challenge, and he is all on his lonesome, but he's been doing a good job so far. And if he does sense the aggression, he should call for some help. My phone just started ringing. It's no caller ID, and I don't think I'm going to be picking that one up. If I'm completely honest, I haven't been missold PPI.
Maybe Signature have been missold PPI. They're down in the money depth situation. ViCi now will try execute it, and they can try to take advantage of this. There's going to be early tank damage coming on through. Finally, the first pick comes in back to a 4-on-4. STK comes in, but a nice double kill from Stev. He's going to get taken down eventually with a double kill onto STK. Giggs comes in, takes down the first, takes down the second, onto Advent. Cleans up the site very quickly, and damage done. Not to be the case for ViCi. It's going to be a 3-0 Signature. Clean things up. 3 players stay alive, and now, well, this rifle round is going to be a little bit delayed here as ViCi with the force buy. Probably not going to have enough money for this next one.
Yeah, forcing every round can get dangerous. Of course, they did get that bomb plant, so they could go for the exact same buy they had that round. UMPs across the board, 1 AK, but it looks like they're actually going to play it safe. Half buy-in, Tech 9 armor. They've got that round loss bonus already kicking in, so they should be able to full buy into the next round. But we haven't seen much coming out so far from that ViCi side. It's going to be important to see that. Stev looks like he wants to pick up an AWP. As of yet, nothing of the nature on Signature. The Chinese team, they are in trouble as they now look towards that B bomb site. But every time they do go towards the bomb site, they seem to leave it at the 40-second mark and go to the other one, and then decide they don't want that one and go back to the same one. So who knows? Anything could happen, in the words of Ellie Goulding.
Yeah, definitely ViCi. Lots of options available for them, not committing to any site in particular. They've still got the one player on the lurk who may end up challenging over towards this A middle area. The rest of ViCi, however, stacked in towards the drop down area. Also can have a couple of options available for them. Not directly a B site push, but maybe go ahead and rotate to A. As the bomb is on its way in the hands of Advent. It looks like that's exactly what the play is when he's often taken in the first, but Tor and RLX come back with 2, 3, 4. A triple kill in total for RLX is going to leave Advent alone with a bomb in hand and little chances of surviving here as he peeks out. Trying to tap away, does take a dink, but Tor finds himself a double, and a 4th round is on the board for Signature in style for that CT side.
Yeah, again, ViCi, they go towards that B-bomb site fast, they get some aggression in, and then they stop and they head back towards the A-bomb site and they slow down and they give the opportunity to Signature to set up properly. Because as soon as you know that that A split's coming, you can set up for it. You can set up a really solid crossfire towards that window position, and if you give Signature time to do that, they're probably going to do it. So it's a bit dangerous. But ViCi now are onto the rifles. They should be looking to do a little bit more damage here. No AWP coming out from Stev. Not quite sure why he's made that decision. But either way, it's all AKs across the board. Rifles all over the place. Utility is aplenty. And it looks like ViCi want to go for an A push Molotov play, where they just move forward slowly, check every angle, check every corner, and they're going to need to, because there is Tor pushed up in danger. Playing that close position, hoping someone's going to get over aggressive, maybe get a bit clumsy, not check their angles properly, and that should give him the opportunity. Push comes in now, Molotov on Hay, as Tor now gets aggressive, and instantly he finds himself a free kill. He's got support as well. This could get really dangerous. Tor will go straight down, but he's got health. RLX can't get anything done now in a 3 versus 4, but the HP is low. Again, Stev taking control of drop. They're not checking him. He's been there every round. That should be a very simple check. STK now has to go absolutely enormous. They should be able to get something done. 1 kill comes through. He's being spammed down from the side. Amtiv wants to take him out of the game, and he's going to be able to now all on Genius. 1 versus 3. Make that 1 versus 2, so he does find himself a quick kill. He's got utilities to play with. He's got the kit in hand, and the bomb has not yet been planted. In fact, it's out of the control of the terrorists who remain. ViCi have to take this round. It's beyond essential. And there comes 1 kill, luckily. Joking, in for the trade. It's going to be 1 round on the board for the Chinese team.
Yeah, ViCi using that information to their advantage. They know that there's 1 held back towards water, so double peek him and see what they can find. And in this case, 1 does go down, but Fortunately for Shocking, manages to find that headshot eventually and bring himself, well, 11 HP in the first round on the board for ViCi. It's going to be a difficult buy-up in the next one because, of course, lots of players went down in that last round. 3 UMPs coming out, still powerful weapons, but backing up by 2 AKs versus what will be the 4M4 buy-up on the Signature side, backed up by 1 UMP and lots of utility. It's going to be, well, a difficult round, is at least to say, for the ViCi side. So, once again, they're going to play passive and not go too quickly into any particular site, trying to prompt out a mistake from Signature. But, well, once again, they don't seem to be liking the bite here. They have got more presence over towards this B site, and when you consider that the current utility use of the T side looks to be an A site push, then this could get very ugly for Tor unless they can find the rotations quick enough. He takes a double kill, gets traded back by Advent, who gets the 2-for-1, back to a 4-on-3 Signature. Quick on the rotations, but they're still held away from the side now. All 3 of the 2 players will start pushing up. It's going to be RLX to take down Advent. STK gets the second onto Jackson, peeks around and gets a third onto AMT via 5th round on the board for Signature. Easy reset comes in for the CTs. 4 stay alive, and they start to build their economy back. ViCi should be on an eco.
Yeah, excellent round there. And what's absolutely key is that resets the economy of ViCi. They have nothing in the banks now. They're going to force out this round, which is a very, very questionable decision. Because they're going to have nothing anymore. They're going to have so little money. They're going to have not even 2 pennies to rub together. There is a little bit saved. 150 quid here, 50 quid there. What's that, an extra flashbang? It's not much at all. And force buying into this with just pistols when you're up against all rifles can be so dangerous, especially when you're not even winning rounds on a rifle. It gets very worrying, but looking like a B play. I say looking like a B play. Am I sure of that? No. Do I expect it to be A? Potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, ViCi force buying this one, like you said. There seems to be a very Chinese style of Counter-Strike right there. They love their force buys, and in this case, ViCi will take full advantage of that. Tech-9s are out. The question at the moment is, can they take those close-range fights here, and can they put that UMP in particular to good effect? It will be utility used for the execution on towards B site. Like you said, good prediction going to come through, but it will be STK getting the first. AMT gets 1 back, 2K, 3K, but STK is going absolutely ham in this matchup. Giggs gets 1 in the exchange, and finally STK does go down. It's on to Jackson with an M4 in his hands, and 2 players to find coming in from 2 angles. He's not watching the right one. Tor on Matrix, Signature back behind the tree boost, 6 HP on RLX. He will get found eventually, and now it's just down to a 1 versus 1. Good grenade will do some serious damage, down to 32 HP. Jackson can't afford to go aggressive, but he needs to go and get this bomb down somehow. It's not going to happen today. Tor will pick him up and bring a 6th to the CT side.
Yeah, the overly consistent A player, absolutely decimating. Excellent work coming in there as Signature win themselves a 6th round and destroy that force buy. Like you say, the Eastern way to buy every play, but it's not going to work out for them. ViCi, 1 round to their names. They're back onto Glocks, no armor, nothing at all to play with. Quite similar logos though, aren't they? Or, you know, it's a circle with a V in it. I guess that's interesting enough for me to be interested by. So there you go. That's my analysis done for the week.
Fair enough. ViCi now with pistols alone. This one should just be an easy eco for the CT side. They will actually be able to get 1, but that's only a rifle, and a trade comes in immediately from the other side of the map. So it's back to a 4-on-4 situation. And, well, ViCi with a rifle in their hand, the question is, can they make any use of it? Genius has got himself out towards the Dragon Room and will spot out Advent right there. Takes the headshot, drops the bomb, has the information, and just trying to line up the rest of them here. Well, actually, ViCi doing decently in terms of this eco, actually getting those kills and finding themselves 2 rifles. This could be some serious damage on the side for Signature. And for this T side, I mean, not going to be that bad of a round out of them to do that damage and get those rifles. So 45 seconds on the clock. It looks like it might just be a quick rotation back towards the A side. There is 2 on B, so it's going to be down to RLX, who has gone huge. So the man of the moment will be him to try and stop this bomb from going down. But ViCi will start to push on through. 35 seconds. See what they can do.
Yeah, no armor, you've got to remember. It's going to be difficult. 1-1, the peak comes in for STK. He's so nearly dead. He's going to be charged down. Stev will take him. Now it's on to BMW. Giggs. And he has to get some work done here quickly. He has to equalise this out. It's all 1 versus 1. He'll find 1. Looks for the second. He finds it. Quick kill comes in and BMW wins the round. Signature 7-1. And despite the fact that should never have come so close, it's still an incredible clutch. Clutch even coming in from BMW.
good stuff from Giggs. Fantastically found the 2 kills that he needed to find and keeps it together for Signature. They deny ViCi what would have been a great eco round in this case. 7-1 now. A 4th round in a row for the Signature side. In this case, it will be ViCi with enough economy now to buy up with the, of course, the damage done and the bomb plant coming in. AWP out for the first time over on tour for Signature. And well, we'll see where he takes that in particular. Of course, he has been a nice A player, but for him, well, actually, he will take it out aggressive towards water. So that's going to be first pick potential if he can find it. Smokes out, blocks off any vision. And when he finds his first, he peeks out at the wrong time, but manages to find AMTV just in time to bring a first pick to Signature.
Yeah, so a nice opening into the round. And that AWP going to work straight off. It's the first AWP we've seen for 8 rounds. It's starting off the game in quite spectacular fashion. That's the first kill in. BMW once again taking that high angle, trying to find himself an easy kill, but not going to happen. Just gets the tag through onto Jackson. No aggression from Signature as they don't need to. They know all they have to do is sit back and wait for the push to come in. They have the one-man advantage. They can trade in. They can win the round relatively easily as long as they just hold off. Play it easy. Play it cool. Chill, relax, and have a nice day by the pool. Looking like it is still going to be a B play. Stav pushing straight into the dropper. They know he's there, they've heard him, but it's going to be Genius opening this one up. Finally the trade comes in, that's Stev finding the kill. He will turn around in time to find himself the second onto RLX, now opening this round up into a 3 versus 3. Flash comes out. SDK going to avoid that expertly, but it's not too late. Stev coming out now, needs to find the kill, and he will. This round should have just been secured. And it's going to be ViCi on to 2 rounds. Signature somewhat letting up the goose there.
And Tor just going for the save in this case. Smart decision from him, of course. Signature's economy is broken. Very little amounts of money on the bank. Genius is the lone single player with more than $2,000. Everybody else, 200, 550 at most. If not, it's going to be a lot worse on their side. So good call from Tor. Just save the AWP, have it into the next round. At least you have something to work with. So they'll give up the second round. Finally, to ViCi will have themselves 2-7 on the board. But there's still a lot of potential for Signature to shut them down, of course. We will see if they do opt for the force buy, which, of course, they do like to, like you say, do in the East. But for now, it will just be a second round on this board for the T side. Strong economy, should be able to buy back very easily into this next round. For Signature, this one should just be, well, a potential quasi-force coming out with the AWP in play. But we'll see exactly how they do play it here.
7-2 on the trick. It's going to be ViCi having to fight their way back into this. Luckily for them, the economy of Signature is absolutely atrocious. Completely destroyed thanks to that pistol round where they just let down themselves. It's going to be Signature having to struggle back into this now. No armors at all. It's a complete half buy. They have, of course, got that AWP over on Tor, who found the opening kill in the last round. But apart from that, there is nothing to play with for Signature. They have to find themselves an opportunity, but they're going to be back on the buy next round. They've already established themselves 7 rounds. If they can win a few more, they should be very happy with how this half has gone already. It's looking quite strong. And again, it's going to be the B play coming through. Genius and STK have to play up close. There is, of course, one man RLX over towards the dropper, but Stev is playing a dangerous game. He's going to get taken down as well. Stev over-peeking, getting over-aggressive, and Genius doubles up. CZ comes into effect. RLX picks up an AK for himself. He should be holding close. SDK comes in with one now, taking down Zoking. It's a 2 versus 4. How on earth this has happened? ViCi have no idea. Kill comes in from Advent there. Nice little shot. And another one going to come in for him. So on a 1 versus 2, but the AWP of Tor finally arrives. That powerhouse player gets himself into position, finds an opening. Fake flash goes in. That's the pistol being thrown. Does Advent? No, he doesn't. BMW takes him down from behind, and an eco round has been won by Signature. That is soul-destroying for ViCi.
Absolutely, totally tragic for the Chinese team in this particular case. Signature working the eco rounds a lot better than ViCi, and of course, well, I mean, they just didn't account for the close ranges of those CZs and P250s and whatever upgrades that the Signature side managed to pick up. And of course, that AWP from Tor chiming in when it mattered the most, kicking when they're hurt, 2 versus 2, and just allow Giggs to pick up the pieces and clean things up. again. It will be the full buy back in for Signature and ViCi. As you can see, the total opposite. 2 AKs out for them, a UMP and a couple of pistols. And it will actually be the aggression from Tor that gets punished, so they have themselves an AWP to work with in this matchup. Not been too hasty to bring that into play, but we'll see what Jackson can do with it, as he is going to hold that one. And the first pick does go to the favor of ViCi. Now Signature spread thin across both sites. 5 players stacked out towards the A site, and it looks like it's going to be yet again that utility play out towards the A site. RLX going to see if he can get himself a good angle, takes down Joking, takes down Stev, and shuts it all down. Fortunately, 3 players heading back over towards the B site. It will actually be a complete fake. Even I was caught off guard by that. Only one to be dealing with it over towards the fountain area. Genius peeking out, seeing if he can find Advent, but so far it will be ViCi not biting with a minute to go now. Slow, but going to be quick execution on towards the B site.
Importantly, flank coming in. RLX opens with 1 Advent. Will go down, but Amtiv will find one in return. Unfortunately, STK and BNW all come together. RLX with a lovely little 3K in the bag. Signature are just storming ahead. 9 rounds on the clock. With only 3 remaining, ViCi have to win. That's 4 remaining, actually, because you can get to 6. So ViCi could have that 9-6 scoreline, but they have to start winning. And it doesn't look like this round is going to be the one for them. Then again, they did get some good kills on their last pistol round, so who knows? Maybe the opportunity is there, but I don't see it happening. Not today. Not like this. All out for Tor still. Genius on the UMP. Pistols, no armor. Oh god, that is devastating. Stev goes straight down. He's going to be clicking on a little report button. That is absolutely heartbreaking. 9-2, and already a man down. It's going to be double figures in the first half of the Signature. Making it look easy. Genius takes 1. BNW comes in with a double. Make that the triple. Closes it out. Eco round shut down. Double figures on the board for Signature.
And that round was just standard CS, of course. Eco versus the full anti-eco on Signature. And of course, in this case, the anti-eco works out extremely well with a little bit of a couple of VAC bans, I guess you can say, coming in maybe for the Signature side a little bit later on today. But for the time being, it will just be 10-2, an absolute margin that separates these two teams, and ViCi just absolutely not showing up in this matchup now. They will have another chance on the board, but I fear if they don't get this round, if they don't get the next couple of rounds with these weapons, then it may be a little bit too far gone here. Good tag damage coming in from Joking, 63 onto RLX. But other than that, not much coming in still. Once again, passive play, and I think that ViCi kind of need a change of pace. They always play for picks. They always play back towards the drop-down area and hope that they can find this first one with the over-aggression from Signature. But in this case, it is not to be now. Finally, aggression comes in from Joking, takes down Tor. Counter Molotov comes in from RLX, but he is going to get traded as he does get 1 4-on-3 situation. A site is entirely open. ViCi don't realize this, but the bomb is on its way there. STK is going to come in time to be the lone man to try and defend. And meanwhile, Genius has pushed up. He's going to find Advent caught off guard with the utility. He finds himself an AK, back to a 3-on-3. Stev finds Giggs, meanwhile, back towards Connector. And now, once again, the trades will ensue to the favor of ViCi as the bomb is down. It's a 2-on-3. And these T's, well, I was going to say they have total control of this matchup. They don't. It's back to a 2-on-2 as Genius finds a kill. Stev goes challenging. Will he find this one back here? He will not. He walks into his own Molotov and gets tagged up as a result.
And absolutely incredible play coming out from Genius, saving this round for his team. Perfect push, perfect game knowledge. It works excellently. And there he goes again. Just call that man JW. He's won this round single-handedly and destroyed ViCi now all on AMTV. 1 versus 2. Genius is that 2, and there it is. 4K comes in. What an insane play coming out from Signature, and especially Genius. He is a genius indeed, and that is how you win a round. ViCi now knocked once again down onto pistols, and Signature 11 rounds on the board. This is looking devastating.
Absolutely, and it's all down to just those things, like those small individual plays that ViCi just don't account for. Genius with a 4K in that round, found the aggression, found the 3 kills, and have stopped the bomb plant from even coming in. You can't deny it, that round was all on that man, and now it will be once again the force by pistols coming out. Tor with the aggression, STK gets himself the first, and it will be Tor that sprays onto 1, onto the second. It's going to be all falling apart bit by bit so quickly for the ViCi side. 5-on-2, Joking and Jackson alone together. Well, they're not even together, I should actually take that back. Jackson goes down, takes 1 at first, but now it's just going to leave Joking in an awkward situation that he just cannot be able to deal with. Back towards middle, all locked out of any sort of bomb defense coming in. RLX will peek and find himself the headshot. 12-2. Signature absolutely dominant on their CT side.
Yeah, huge mistake there by RLX. But what's the big problem is Zokin couldn't take him, despite RLX didn't even see him there, went for the wide peak, and still found that kill while jumping. That's Zokin. You've got to be making those kills. That's just absolutely standard, basic stuff. That's why it's 12-2 in favour of Signature, and this is the last round. This is the difference between being able to lose that pistol round and still being in the game, and just losing the game after 2 rounds. Over on your CT side, head spotted, BMW demolishes the defence. That is absolutely disastrous for the Chinese team. The push comes in, they're jumping into a Molotov. Guys, don't jump into a Molotov, that's pretty simple. And Genius closes it out. A disastrous half of ViCi.
Absolutely, this has just not gone to their favour whatsoever. On Cobblestone of all things, this tier side should have been much better, but in this case, they're not even going to have the pistol buffer for Signature. This one should just be an easy cleanup if they can find this pistol round, then it's going to be all over for ViCi. There will be no second chances. There will be no opportunity to get back into this matchup. So this pistol buy, it all rests on this for ViCi, otherwise there is no future, and even if they win this pistol, I am pretty doubtful myself. It will be the utility buy over for Tor. 2 flashbangs of smoke and a decoy going to get thrown. ViCi will have the defuse kit and the double flash on Advent, who's going to be playing over towards the B site here. Fast play from Signature out towards middle. One holds back to try and deal with any luck out towards long, which in this case, Joking will be the man right there. Takes the first headshot, nicely played, and now RLX will try and cover off their backstab coming in. Giggs taps away, finds a lot of tag damage, but isn't going to find those kills. Finally, the headshot does come in, gets flashbang, so it's going to now Jackson to push on through and take the kill. Bomb goes down, a 4-on-3. It favours this T side. Injections tapping away, but still isn't finding those kills. SDK and Tor come in. Finally, the headshot, a 2-on-2, but 9 HP for Jackson to deal with. He's got to play so passive and try and find some immediate headshots, otherwise it's not going to work out at all. The flashbang comes through, he taps it, but no defuse kit. Joking goes down. 1 headshot from Jackson. Will he find a second tapping away on Tor? He's going to go aggressive. Is this crazy? Is he going to find the headshot? He will. It will be the lucky round coming in from ViCi, but the defuse has to come in, and this is going to be close because he has no defuse kit. I think he might just have it right here. It's going to be close, but yes, ViCi, they're going to be able to claim themselves a 3rd and a pistol to stay in the match.
Yeah, incredible play there from Jackson. 4K in the round, and ViCi just about claw themselves back into this one. Maybe Jay, we're just really stupid, and this is such a heavily CT-sided map that we don't, we just know nothing about the game. That's probably what's going on here. Chat would have us believe. Anyway, according to Mr. Chat, ViCi are the best. So I don't know. That's Chat's opinion. Gore says otherwise, but we will see in time, friends and friend Mingos. Zoking holding close with the UMP in hand. Just hoping for an opportunity to gain himself 600 quid per kill. Stick that in his pocket. He's just avoided that engagement. Not entirely sure why. He could have done a little bit of damage there. He definitely had the upper hand in that one. But it's looking like it is going to be an A split coming through. 2 players on A for that CT side. No kills rocking in so far. Zoking and that nade down should do decent damage. SDK brought down to half. RLX tagged up as well. Nades all raining in now. Dev holding close. He's going to be able to take the first engagement in his favour. 1 kill comes in. Make it 2 very, very nearly. Now Genius has to try and get some serious work done. They know exactly where he is. The bomb has moved over towards the bomb site. Genius goes down. Now they have to rely on raw firepower. No armor. They've just got a few pistols to play with. This is going to be a very difficult bomb plant.
And it's going to be Joking that cleans things up back towards the corner, takes down RLX Tor with the trade, but a 2-on-4, like you said, a difficult bomb plant. The Molotovs will rein in and keep them at bay, 14 and 4 HP. It's just going to take single shots to shut them down. So ViCi with a very nice clean, well, not clean, but I guess you could say a very nice 4th round on the board for them. Signature, of course, with the bomb plant will have themselves the AKs out for this next round. A very strong buy in, of course. Smokes out for everybody. Lots of flashbangs. A frag grenade on Genius. So for a 2nd round buy, well, sorry, a 3rd round buy, excuse me, it's going to be well, fairly strong for them. So we'll see how they manage to play this one. And for ViCi, it will be the 4 UMPs backed up by 1 M4 on Joking. And we'll see. Well, they'll set themselves up pretty standard. 3 out towards B, 2 out towards the A side, going aggressive. So Signature presence towards the water area. It looks like it actually will be the flashbangs out towards the water. It will be the first kill that comes in for STK. Joaquin goes down, smokes out towards Connector, and Giggs will take the forefront brunt of the assault, taking down Jackson. And well, ViCi, it's all falling apart bit by bit. Steb going to get tagged up despite the Molotov coming on out. But it will be Signature with a 2-man advantage, and I think ViCi have already thrown in the towel back towards the B site. Save the guns, because at this point, what more can you do against a 5-on-3 with full AKs in the hands? It will be the bomb going down, and a 14th round on the board for Signature finally, as ViCi are shut out of this one.
So Jay, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
What is going wrong for ViCi?
That is a complicated question. I think that it may... I don't know, honestly. There's a lot of different things. They were honestly one of the favourite teams to go into a lot of their best of twos, but in this case, I think it's just Signature just playing better, and I think that's pretty much the simplest you can go at it with. For ViCi, they just haven't shown up in this tournament whatsoever. They've found some close rounds, but they haven't been able to take it all the way over the mark, and what you can just see right now as the final frags do come in, the exit frags do come in, they're just unable to trade to their own favour, and as it does seem to be the case here, it will actually be only one player staying alive, and they only have one UMP to work with. So I think it may be a combination of basic mistakes and just generally getting outplayed on both an individual and a team level for the Signature side. And ViCi, once again, just absolutely falling apart bit by bit here. Now they're going to force buy because, well, at this point, what choice do they have? Signature with one more round, probably going to take it over the edge with a match point. AWP, M4's out, UMP still going to get brought back in as well. So for ViCi, this may very well just be last chance saloon. The question is, can they outplay the outplayers at 14-4?
Yeah, this should be in the bag. Of course, there is an AWP out for Jackson. That is the only saving grace to this buy. He is playing over towards the A-bomb site, hoping someone's going to get over aggressive. Someone is going to give him the opportunity to become death. It's unlikely as of yet. Advent in the drop, just holding off, making sure no one can get overly aggressive. Using that utility perfectly so far, keeping the T's at bay. See, the problem with the way they're using utility actually is they're not sensing aggression and using utility accordingly. They're knowing where they need to put the utility and just putting it down. If you're not sensing aggression, you don't need to put a smoke down. You don't need to flash an area off. You don't need to Molotov. Jackson will find himself an opening there onto RLX. The repeak is a dangerous game to play. It's looking like Signature want to get out. They want to do some damage. But some damage is more difficult than it seems. You know, the comparison is dumbfounding. Look at the Signature utility. Then look at the ViCi utility. There's nothing left for ViCi. Nothing. Molotov, smokes, nades, all going out now for that Signature side. They have everything they need to displace that CT side, to move them where they want them, to play with them like Play-Doh, and it's working so well. Genius, STK, Giggs, they all come together. And at the end of the day, utility's there for a reason. And this round has been won or lost by utility.
A 2-on-4 will ensue. ViCi, once again, they've already thrown in the towel. They've run back towards B, run back towards Dragon Room, and they're just trying to defend themselves and try and hold some sort of foothold in this, what might well be this last round for the ViCi side. 15-4. Signature take themselves a map point, and they get themselves another reset on the board for ViCi. And as Advent falls, AMTV left alone in a 1 versus 4. Can he find Giggs? Well, he will find Giggs at least, but it may be too far gone. An AK in his hands. All she wrote is she picks up STK, gets that kill. And ViCi are left crippled and crumbled, and there are so many things that have gone wrong for these guys. I think this might just be the end of this matchup. We might have to call in the court dates because we may have just witnessed a murder here. It looks likely that Signature take themselves a 16-4 with only UMPs, Deagles, 5.7s and CZs out for the CT side. The full AK from Signature. They can play aggressive, they can play an execution, they can play whatever they want, because I think this one is all set and done.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right on that one, Jay. It's going to be a quick push. Giggs opens it up. AMTV goes down. Advant not going to be able to get any work done for himself, and these frags are just raining in. Giggs farming these poor ViCi players, all of them getting shut down like wildfire. And this is the end of the end. Poor ViCi. 15 rounds to 4. Even if they were to win this round, it'd be over. Joe King goes down. Jackson goes down.